So I'm here at SMX East with Matt Van Wagner from Find Me Faster. He writes for Search Engine Land, and we thought we'd ask him a few questions about what he does for a living. What do you do for a living?
Well, we help people find new customers on the internet.
Okay, excellent. Well, we can't go to all the sessions, but we were just talking earlier, and you went to a great session, which was Where is Paid Search Going in 2013?
Oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful session.
So do you want to just give us a wrap up of what went on in that session?
Yeah, we just had 5 very brilliant people just sort of thinking about, where are things heading and what should we be thinking about as we're moving from here to there. And some of the very interesting topics that were brought up is, number one, the difference between the marketing to a cell phone, a smartphone, a tablet, and a desktop. Not just that you need to run a different ad campaign or a different size ad, but actually the psychographic and demographic differences of people as they're interacting with these devices. It makes it so that you actually have to think differently about these processes. So we had Chi Chow Chang, David Lee, Craig McDonald, Sid Shah, Kim Lincoln, and these are all long-term smart strategic thinkers. And so we're saying, well, what do we need to do to prepare for 2013? And one of the biggest things that came out of it was process differences, really. That the way that we think about our audiences is different than a keyword and a state and a bid. It's got to be about sort of more Facebooky kind of things, like an interest, a like, a where are you? Are you on the couch? Are you walking along the street? For example, Chi Chow and Sid Shah both brought some statistics from their head. They carry these things around their heads, that so many more of the smartphone searches are people that are actually looking for things that are specifically local, and they are going to make decisions about things in the next few minutes. So all of a sudden, your campaigns really need to be talking in a different way to those people than the same campaign for the same keywords that might be existing on your desktop computer. So very big process differences. Another thing we talked about was imagery versus text. That you will have to become a very good display advertiser in order to really be successful on tablets and mobile phones. Video, display ads, all these types of things are really going to be important on these neat little infotainment devices we carry around. So those were some of I think the big takeaways that were there. Some of the me-to-see of mobile devices, the different ways that you actually have to think about who is your customer on these devices. Not even getting into the technology of tracking someone that's got a cell phone on one hand, a tablet in the other, and a desktop computer 3 feet away. It's the same person, doing different things. And how can you cross-attribute? That, hey, they just searched here, they looked here on a tablet, and then they went to their desktop to buy something. I mean, the problem of trying to figure this out is nearly impossible right now. So we'll have to live with a little bit more opaqueness in terms of our tracking. But we have to be a little more interesting in the way we discern what's happening in conversions from an econometric modeling sort of a basis.
Fantastic. Okay, that sounds really interesting. I'm just going to ask you though, with Christmas coming up, what are your top 3 tips for Christmas advertisers with that in mind?
Top 3 tips for Christmas. Number 1, make sure your budgets are really set higher than normal. Because as we get into the hot shopping season, you don't want to have your opportunities limited by artificial constraint. The second thing is that be aware that as people are Christmas shopping this year, they will probably be going from store to store with their smartphone, okay? So make sure that you have your brand name campaigns and your device names in your mobile campaigns so they can find you. And what would be another good tip for the Christmas season?
Or any good tip, if it doesn't have to be Christmas, those 2 are great for Christmas.
Well, I think the other big tip for now would be if you are not segmenting your traffic by device and starting to understand what's happening on smartphone versus tablet versus desktop, at least do that. At least break all your campaigns into those 3 segments, because the bidding profiles will be different, the performance profiles will be different, and you really need to just do that very simple, break up your campaigns.
Fantastic. And I've just taken on the role of head of tools, so I'm going to be writing about tools. What are your top 3 tools that you use for pay-per-click?
Well, we love a tool called Acquisio. It's really not a tool; it's really a system. It does great reporting. It does bid rules. It does uploading and downloading and reporting of campaigns. Very good visual graphic stuff to allow us to manage a number of different clients. We love Acquisio. For competitive analysis, I love a tool out of Germany called eSearch Metrics. As far as other tools we're using, just keeping up with the great tools that Google and Bing are putting out inside of their own consoles is always a fun thing to do. Bid simulators, keyword estimators, these are all great tools. Fantastic.
Thank you very much for your wise insights. But if we wanted to stalk you from England or from anywhere in the world, where would we find you?
Find me at M Van Wagner on Twitter, or Matt at findmefaster.com via email. Matt Van Wagner on Facebook. In real life, hey you over there, or as a lot of people say, hey good looking. But those are the 5 most common ways people find me.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and thanks for another great SMX.
Okay.